My name is Stacy and welcome back. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been recently joining me and who have took the time to subscribe and give likes and comments. I appreciate you all, and I'm so excited to bring you this video today. Today we're going to be in the living room and we're going to be doing the mantle and a few decorations on each side of the mantle and bringing in some color, fall tones, and I'm hoping you enjoy this video. So without further ado, grab your cup of coffee or your tea and join me and we'll get started. So I'm just going to show you guys what I'm going to be using today. And this is just all the stuff that I'm going to place on the mantle to make the mantle look pretty for fall. A couple pumpkins and some fall foliage. I just went ahead and placed the fall garland that I'm using. I had one to start with and I just placed that on the mantle. And I'm going to follow that up in a minute with placing another one. So there'll be two garlands all together, and I placed one sunflower pick also for the middle. I thought this garland was really beautiful. I purchased this from Amazon and it had all the colors I was looking for, and with the cute little pumpkins, and I love the colors of the leaves. I'm just making sure I'm straight on both sides before I go any farther. I'm doing this in hopes that this teaches you guys something about doing a mantle. By no means I'm professional at all, but this is the way I like to do them, and I found that if I do them this way, it's easier for me. So I'm hoping in some way you guys can pick up on any of these techniques and find them a little helpful for you. I purchased these little stems you're seeing that me placing now from Hobby Lobby. And the reason I purchased these is because of that blue color that you see in the eucalyptus and the natural look of them. So I ended up purchasing three. I'm going to put one on one side of the mantle, one in the middle, and one on the other side. And the reason I'm putting them at the back is because I want the height and I want the pokes of the blue to show. This kind of thing is a little fussy, so you're going to see me going back and forth and fussing a little bit here and there, but it all ends up coming together. And I'm going to place another sunflower pick that I have on one end. Make sure this is not falling down on me. I just love these sunflower picks. This was like something that when I saw these, I knew they'd be perfect for this situation, for this mantelpiece. So altogether I'm using three, and I love the fact that they have all these really cute berries already attached to them. It fills it in really nicely in the front without having to do too much. I'm going for a look of a very full mantle, so you can always do it to your own taste. And I'm going to add in a few pumpkins. And adding in one more here, just to balance out the sides. It's a little tip: if you find that the pumpkins are not raised up enough, you can add paper towels or a cloth or something underneath just to give it a little bit of height. And I'm I'm just adding in another blue pumpkin here in the front, just to bring in again that blue color from the back to the front. I'm just going to place a few paper towels underneath here because it gives it the little height that I need, and then I'll be building out from there. I think these blue pumpkins are so cute. I love the color of these, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them. I did have the blue picks first. I purchased them at Hobby Lobby first, and then end up finding the blue pumpkins later. So they ended up going really well together. And you could add as many paper towels as you need to, really, just to kind of bump it up a bit. And I have these cute little velvet pumpkins I'm going to add in also. They're not exactly the same color blue as the larger pumpkins, but they do the trick, and I think they're cute too. So already it's starting to look like it's coming together quite nice. I could add in a few more picks. Using this branch that I have, I'm just going to tuck it in. And that brings in more of that fall foliage. I'm making sure it stands up quite a bit because I want the height in the back. I just love fiddling with all these little things. Seems like it takes a long time, but once it's done, it's always worth it. But it is a little fussy. And I never really end up gluing any of my stuff together. I just kind of set it in there so that I can take it apart and use it again for another year, and maybe use some of the other items for other things. So because I like to change things out seasonally, and every year I like to do something a little different. But this year I chose to do this really, really cute display for the mantle. I think my inspiration, honestly, was those picks with the blue eucalyptus in the back that I put. Those were like, when I found those, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of pulled it all together for me. I was like, oh yeah, and this will go with this, and this will go with that. It all kind of worked out in the end. And just because I didn't want just solely to have that beige look with just the leaves, I wanted to add in a little bit of orange and a little bit of yellow. So I am going to go ahead and tuck in a few more little branches just to give it a little bit of different coloration, because I do have in my living room and the rest of the decor, I'm going to bring in more of the orange, the yellows and things like that. And you can move everything around as much as you need to in order to get the look that you're trying to create for yourself. I mean, I move it around so many times and I just kind of stand back and take a look, and if I'm not happy with it, I just kind of move it around until I'm happy with it, really. And I see I need some in the front, and I'm just going to tuck a few small leaves in the front just to make it look like it's filled out in the front, hanging over. I want that spilled over look. And this is going to be a very full look for this mantle, but that's the look I'm trying to create, really. berries. And those berries actually came with the garland, but I cut them off because I wanted to tuck them in the front. So I cut them off before I placed the garland. I had so much fun doing this. I just remember I put on a little bit of music and I just went at it and kept busy. I think I watched a episode of Gilmore Girls before this just to get inspired and get in the fall mood. Just gonna place a few berries here. These berries actually came from the dollar store in another arrangement that I just kind of pulled apart, and thought they would be perfect for this display on my mantle. So I'm just going to place a few more berries and hoping that I'm not going to spill this over on myself and wreck the whole thing. I've had that happen to me before. Adding in a few more of the blue pumpkins. I think these little velvet pumpkins are so gorgeous. And I like the fact that you can add velvet and some of the other ones. It's just giving the variation of textures. And I was actually thinking about adding the twinkle lights to this display, but in the end it was a very full display as it was, and I just think it was just beautiful as it was, and I didn't really want to add in anything else. I thought, oh, you know what, I don't think it needs anything else. I'm just adding a few little stems and some of the green. These are older pieces that I've had, and I've used them in other arrangements before, and if I find something that I'm not using anymore, I kind of take it apart and just keep the pieces, and I always end up finding I use them in other displays that I do around the house or wreaths that I make. So it's nice to just have your little bin that you can keep everything in together, and then when you need something, you know where to go and grab it. I've been so enjoying doing these displays for you guys and all the fall decorating. I've had so much fun doing all this. It's being like a little kid and being able to play with your toys kind of thing for me. It's just something I've always loved doing, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And it always makes me sad when I kind of have to take everything down and to put it all together, but you enjoy it so much. Tucking these little feather pieces in just to give it a little extra something. I liked having the extra texture from these, so I'm just going to add them in here and there. And it brings in the white, because I have the white with the sunflowers in the front and the white pumpkin, so just adding a little extra white in here. Add some more in the back, more pine cones now. And I also put some paper towel in there to build them up a bit. I love adding the pine cones because it gives it that natural look and that more texture obviously too. trying to find a place to tuck them in here and there. I hope you guys are having a good day today and you're enjoying your season, and I hope where you live it's not as hot. It's been very hot here, and we're hoping that we're going to get some cooler weather coming up soon and things start cooling off a bit. It kind of just doesn't seem as fall-like when you have the warmer temperatures. I look forward to the cool temperatures in order to feel like fall. I don't know. At this point now we're pretty much done. I'm just basically fussing around and just adding a few little pieces here and there. I'm standing back and kind of seeing where I'm at. In my mind, you can't have enough pumpkins, so I'm going to add a few more pumpkins. Once I get them in the right position. I keep losing things. I keep losing some things, but I'll keep tucking them back in as I go. I always find that if you can decorate your mantle, that's kind of like your centerpiece for your room. So that's why I took the time to add so much to this, and it is a little time consuming, but so worth it. Adding in a few more of the greens to get that different color variation here. Let me know, guys, in the comments, what do you do to get inspired? Do you watch movies on TV? This is our final look at the mantle, and now I'm going to go ahead and start adding in some pieces on the side of the fireplace. I'm going to just add in this basket that I've had, and I've used this for summertime because it does have the blue and white, but me just adding this plaid throw just gives it that fall vibe to me. So I'm just going to start from that point and add in, this is a photo album book actually. I'm just going to add that in at the back. And what I like about this is just the color. I just want to add in that plaid black and white pattern. And another photo album book also. And I like this one just because it has more of the fall colors to it too. Adding in this nice white pumpkin here in the front. This one's a lot larger than the ones I put on the mantelpiece. And I'm just taking one of these old plants that I had from the dollar store, and I'm just going to tuck that right inside. I have this pumpkin, this really cute knit pumpkin that I bought from Hobby Lobby this year. I'm just going to place that here on the corner just to bring in some of the orange colors again. Add in a little pick with some greenery and some leaves just to give it a little bit more color. And of course, pine cones. Can't go wrong with pine cones. And just to finish it off, I'm just going to tuck in this one tiny leaf. Nothing more than that, and I think that's good enough for this display on the side here. I had these crates that I bought off of Amazon, and they came in a set of 3, and I just split them up because I'm going to use one in a display for another part of the living room. So I'm just going to use these 2 smaller ones, and I went ahead and put the greenery in some fall leaves, and I'm going to use this violin that we have at home, and this violin is very old. And I heard that it's like 100 years old, and it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And I thought that would be a perfect touch to add in front of the fireplace. I've never used it before, so pulled this out of the closet and decided to use it this year. And this violin it's tiny, but it's so cute. Just heading over to the right side of the mantle now, and I'm going to go ahead and put some wheat on the side here. And I end up bringing in a tall lantern that I had and put a bow on it to bring in the fall colors. And I'd just like to thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you found this video inspirational and you can do this for yourself also. And toodaloo for now, and see you next time.